So yeah, let's go. Here is an article called Earthing: Health Implications of Reconnecting the Human Body to the Earth's Surface Electrons. So we have a health implications study published in the Journal of Environmental and Public Health, which kind of right off the bat has me wondering if this had health implications, why wasn't it published in like an overt medical journal? But we'll give it the benefit of the doubt. I don't recognize any of the... Oh, no, there's Stephen Sinatra. So he's a famous cardiologist that passed away this past year from pancreatic cancer, did amazing work on cardiometabolic syndrome and CoQ10, and then in his later years went into the earthing kind of arena, which he didn't have. That wasn't his area of expertise. That's the only author that I recommend. I wonder who these others are. Nature's Own Research, cardiology, neurosurgery. Okay. So, received June 15th, accepted in October. Open access, Creative Commons attribution, which means doing this commentary and copying and pasting excerpts is fine. That's really cool. Just the standard disclaimer. Okay, so here we go. Emerging scientific research has revealed a surprisingly positive and overlooked environmental factor on health: direct physical contact with a vast supply of electrons on the surface of the Earth. Intriguing physiological changes from walking barefoot outside, wonderful, or sitting, working, or sleeping, connected to conductive systems that transfer the Earth's electrons from the ground into the body. I guess walking on carpet isn't enough. Okay. Let's do a little reference checking here. The Earth possesses a limitless and continuous supply of free or mobile electrons. The surface of the planet is electrically conductive, except in limited ultra-dry areas such as deserts. I wonder how many folks live in ultra-dry areas such as deserts. Mounting evidence suggests that it can create a stable internal bioelectrical environment. Oscillations of the intensity of the Earth's potential may be imported for setting the biological clocks, regulating diurnal body rhythms such as cortisol secretions. Yeah, well, I guess I can just quickly check all of the references. So, in claims about the Earth's electrical fields, negative charge on Earth, Journal of Geophysical Research. So, 2 references from the Journal of Geophysical Research. Aeroelectrical structures in the surface layer. That seems intriguing. I wonder what's up with this journal. It's not an area that I'm very familiar with. I'll have to dive into it. And then perspective from the Journal of Bodywork and Movement Therapy. Assume a spherical cow, the role of mobile electrons in bodywork, energetic, and movement therapies. It seems like an interesting journal to cite. Well, the abstract sure makes a lot of claims. Let's see what the article says. Come on, Sci-Hub, don't fail me now. Here we go. And I hate reading with this little side mirror, so let me just download and open in a fresh tab here. Very nice. Barefoot connection. People feel better walking barefoot. Yup. Foot injuries with barefoot. Here in Oshman 2007. So the reference is to alternative and complementary medicine. I think that's probably referenced more directly in this article. Anyway, let's kind of just assess for general quality and not reference check everything except for the original article. Cortisol clock. Quoting Hansile. Man, stress research has come so far in the last 40 years from Sile, though. I wonder why they don't quote more recent research. Yeah, so I might circle back to this one since it was listed as a early reference in the article, but it looks of pretty low quality, kind of quoting other low impact journals and authors. Let's get back to the main one here. Did we? Oh yeah, here's the Oshman article. Oh, was that the same author? Was he quoting himself? I missed that. Oh, okay. So the first reference is to an article by an author who, if you go down and check the additional references, seems to quote himself, which in and of itself isn't a horrible thing. It's just how many times does that happen? Typically, you know, an author that has previous relevant research might quote one or two of his past ones, but here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 self-citations, all published in journals that aren't medical journals. They're low impact massage, bodywork, and alt med journals. Really interesting. It's a book, not a journal. Okay, so maybe we have to dig that apart as well. So is that's a earlier one. Oh no, that is the same one. It's assumed that the influx of free electrons is absorbed by the body through direct contact with the Earth, likely neutralizing ROSs and thereby reducing. So, assumed by who? By the same author publishing in non-medical journals, it seems. So, let's pull the full text from this one also. Download. Charge transfer in the living matrix. Yeah. And in this article, Oshman, from Nature's Own Research, published in the Journal of, no, the topic is energy medicine, published in the Journal of Movement and Body Therapy. So this guy is, first off, quoting himself again, and again, and again, and again, and again, and again, and again. Wow. Oh, and then quotes Alfred Pissinger, the researcher that screwed up everybody's understanding of the extracellular matrix. It's a wonder how 1970s research that didn't get translated until the mid-90s is so influential in the modern understanding of alternative medicine understanding of the extracellular matrix. He made some contributions early on, but, you know, running experiments as a doctor in Nazi Germany kind of makes me question everything that comes after. So, yeah, nothing really juicy so far. Now let's get down to, instead of these authors' opinions, which includes Oshman, who in this article references himself a lot. Let's get down to their review of the papers. Reviewing earthing papers, sleep and chronic pain. In a blinded pilot study. Well, that sounds good. Somebody recruited 60 subjects who suffered from self-described sleep disturbances, chronic pain, and joint pain for at least 6 months, randomly divided into a month-long study in which both groups slept on conductive carbon fiber mattresses provided by the study author. Half the pads were connected to a dedicated earth ground outside the subject's bedroom window, while the other half were sham grounded, not connected to the earth. I wonder what the methodology was there. How did they sham ground it, and did the people actually know if it was grounded or not? Let's pull up this paper and see. Oh, this is interesting. I've never heard of the ESD journal. The following is an article reported on a subject which may be of interest to our readers. This technology has not been reviewed for its validity by the technical staff of the ESD journal. In some cases, we may either have supporting or dissenting opinions. However, we publish, you decide. So that's not really a journal then, is it? There's no peer review process. They simply publish anything that comes in and allow their reader base to decide. Grounding the human body to neutralize bioelectrical stress from static electricity and EMFs. A. Clinton Ober. View Mr. Ober's bio. Sure. Who is Mr. Ober? Ooh. Birth, formative years, exposure to Native American culture. Father died, left school. So this isn't a professional bio that describes this person's ability to design a study, and there seems to be no co-authors. I wonder how well he could create objective, reproducible methodology if he doesn't have any real experience in research. Huh. EMFs, EMF sensitivity things is published in 2000. Methods and materials. Here we go. Here we find out the guy's methodology. Test subjects slept on a dissipated carbon fiber mattress pads placed underneath their fitted sheets, connected via a ground wire, protected with an inline 1/100 amp fast flow fuse, to a ground rod driven into the earth near their bedroom window. The grounded mattress pads were designed to replicate the ground plane of the earth in bed. And then they were tested for a period of 30 days. Huh. And then they say that they slept for 30 nights on it connected and not connected, but they don't say how it was actually blinded, so the folks would not know if it was connected or not. And then they checked their voltage. Time to fall asleep. Interesting. Okay, and then they don't really have any other references or co-authors. So I wonder about methodology rigor and there being a lack of peer review, a lack of co-authors, and this, quote, study being done by somebody that doesn't seem to have a background in research design. It throws up some red flags for me. But that's presented here kind of uncritically, which throws up flags for this specific article. You know, like if they're going to present as their very first, let's review the earthing papers, this non-peer-reviewed article that doesn't seem to have any reasonable level of methodological rigor. I wonder if they just uncritically present that here, if they are going to critically assess anything or just take everything at face value. Now here's one where they actually check cortisol rhythms. That gets me a little juicy. I think that cortisol rhythms are cool. I used to check quite a lot of cortisol panels when I was working closely with a gyno who did bioidentical hormone testing. Okay, so here's a 2004, published in the Journal of Alternative and Complementary Medicine. Let's copy the DOI and pull the full article up. Download. The biological effects of grounding in the human body during sleep. Cool. 12 subjects. Oof. Very small size. Probably not enough to really gain any clinically relevant data unless the results were just super consistent and profound. I think you probably need a larger group size to show anything. Okay, so just reviewing research on cortisol. Oh, here we go. Materials and methods. 12 subjects that had their voltage checked before and after grounding while lying in their own beds. That's handy, not having to go to some place where the environment is completely controlled and, getting repeatable results. You just do it at your own home. Circadian rhythm cortisol levels before and after sleeping grounded to the earth. How did well, I guess we'll get to that a little bit later, but just out of curiosity, here's the cortisol levels at 8 p.m. seem to be higher in this first person by 15%, and the second person lower by 46%, and the third lower by 18%, in the fourth 4%, 33%, negative 25, negative 2, 33, 62, 22, 17, 9. Hopefully they didn't just average all of these together, since there seems to be no reasonable pattern or consistent pattern to the 8 p.m. results. Let's check midnight. So negative 51, negative 73, that's promising. Here's a positive 152% increase in cortisol because of sleeping on a grounded mat at midnight. And the same guy had a 195% raise at 4 a.m. Well, what we can tell already is that if grounding has any effect on the body, some people seem to experience extremely negative effects. Negative 60%, negative 38, negative 54, negative 48, negative 50. Here's a positive 192%, almost doubling of the cortisol. And this poor person, after grounding, saw greater than double increase in cortisol at midnight, or at 4 a.m. Wow. That's bothersome. Actually, instead of going through all of these, I think it's pretty easy to see that there is no consistent pattern between the people that had their levels checked before and after grounding. One person is going to be higher, lower, lower, higher, lower, lower. The other person is going to be lower, lower, higher, lower, lower, lower. And the other person is going to be lower, higher, 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 lower. It's I would have to do a statistical analysis on this, but just looking at it, it does not look like these are anywhere near concrete results. Let's see how they review them. Oh, did they just smash them all together? Average drops for the select people that had the best response were significant. Okay. And then self-reported. Goodness. They sure massaged the data to make these graphs look like there was a significant result. Yeah, that's disappointing. I don't even know if I want to go on. I'm 25 minutes in, and everything that I've read so far has been a load of crap. And that's it. Okay, they only reviewed 2 earthing papers, and the actual effects on humans. And then it looks like the rest is just testing different electrical charges in folks. I don't know, they do some pilot studying here. Chevalier and Osherman again. Oh goodness. Oh, come on, give me the DOI. No. Is this not referenced? What was the name? Oh, here we go. Somebody's already posted the full article. So they are checking values before and after strapping pads to people's feet with a conductive rod in the ground. And then they excluded young folks and older folks, pregnant folks, anybody taking pain or anti-inflammatory medications, sedatives, or sleep medications, or taking any psychotropic drugs, or diagnosed with mental health disorders, recent surgery, documented life-threatening disease, consumption of alcohol within 48 hours, or the use of recreational drugs. This is like my whole patient population. None of these people would have, none of the people that I work with would have qualified for this study. So only the healthiest of the healthy, I guess, got included here. I wonder what we can extrapolate from that. Biofeedback instruments, ECGs, EMGs. We're looking for lots of data. I wonder what that does to the chance of p-hacking. Subjects were recorded for a total of 56 minutes, so this was less than an hour-long study in really healthy folks, and they found some differences in EEG. I wonder, though, what the clinical significance. I mean, this isn't my area of specialty at all. It would take me a month of learning to know if these had any actual validity or not, but it seems like they're just looking for data that supports that there is a electrical change, and not looking if the data supports that the electrical changes have any physiological effects on the body. Intriguing. Yeah. Here's another author, same thing, checking more data points. Yeah, I bet if we had access to the full study data, we would find that they checked 1,000 different variables and then got excited when some of them showed up positive in a small group of people doing short-term testing. That's kind of a normal thing in alt-med publishing, it seems. Yeah, so I'm 30 minutes in. Nobody's still listening to this quick critical read. I don't know. Maybe I'll do a part 2 and go through the rest, but I'm really underwhelmed at the quality of research in this article, and I question very much. Oh, I guess I should have gone to the disclosure first. This article was written by the people that that do the earthing research. Earth XL Inc. I bet they also sell the same pads. Environmental experience. Oh, maybe not. Earth X. This isn't the same group. Earth XL. Earthing and grounding comes up. Oh, what's this? Barefoot in Sedona. Bogus claims about grounding your body. Earthing. What is earthing? About us. Yep. Clint Ober. That's one of the study authors. Okay, so this whole thing was written by the people selling the pads that you sleep on. And then just because it happened to come up and mention the same Earth L company, when I typed that into Google, I wonder what this article says. Okay, Harriet Hall, SkepDoc wrote it. Super critical, but super critical of AltMed. Harriet Hall is super critical of AltMed, but most of her criticisms are based on reasonable concerns. Oh, okay, yeah, so they all, the same folks, wrote a book about it. So look at the book. Oh, yep. So Harriet Hall says, Dr. Stephen Novella, a prominent skeptic of alternative medicine, claims about the studies funded by the people that own, the company that makes the pads. These studies are typical of the kind of worthless studies designed to generate false positives, the kind of in-house studies that companies sometimes use so they can claim their products are clinically proven. Reading through the individual studies, you can see that they are all small pilot or preliminary studies with atrocious methodology. They are little more than documenting placebo effects, subjective findings, and anomaly hunting. Well, that sounds about right from my brief skim of that article. Okay, so yeah, I think that that's going to do it for me. I might come back and check the rest of the references. When I do critical readings, I normally just kind of spot check references and don't do every single one unless it sounds outrageous, but like all of these kind of sound outrageous, and so far all of them are outrageous references and not quality research at all. Which is a shame, because it would be really cool if there was something as simple as plugging a sleeping pad into a grounding wire that could improve people's health. That would be nice, but based on a quick read of this study, it doesn't look like that's actually a thing. Yeah, thanks for listening. Bye.